Hi everyone, I'd just like to take a few minutes of your time to let you know about our plans to enable those who would like to start meeting physically at St Andrew's for our Sunday morning service. First, let me read a verse from the Bible. Romans 8 verse 28 says this, "And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him." Isn't that reassuring? Reassuring to know that God is at work in all things. He's working through all our struggles to make us more like Jesus. May it encourage us to know that God is making good out of all the challenges of living in a broken world. Now let me tell you about the reopening of St Andrew's Church Centre. First, thank you to everyone who has filled in a survey or who has let me know their thoughts in person, and also for your patience through these difficult days. We're now ready at last to attempt a small-scale return to the St Andrew's building. As we do that, we want to ensure three things. First, that we are being responsible in keeping everyone as safe as we possibly can. Second, that we are following government guidelines and keeping the law. And last but not least, that we don't do anything that could give God or the gospel of Jesus Christ a bad name in our community. Now, I appreciate that not everyone will want to come back to the church centre just yet. You may still be shielding due to health concerns or because of your age group, or you may have very young children who wouldn't be able to cope very well with all the restrictions. Please be assured that we understand that everyone's situation is slightly different, and we will therefore be continuing to put our Sunday services online. But for those who would like to come in person, we will attempt to provide a small-scale, socially distanced service each Sunday. But due to government restrictions and Church of England guidelines, sadly it will not be possible for everyone who would like to come to church to come at the same time. So, we've decided to divide the whole church family into three groups, and we will allow one group to physically attend each week. That means that in the first instance, you will be able to come to church, if you wish to, once every 3 weeks. It may be that you don't feel it's safe to come just yet, but when you do feel it's safe, when the time is right for you, well then you will be able to join in with your group whenever your week comes up in the 3-week cycle. For those who do come, you'll need to understand that it's going to be very, very different to what we want. And you'll need to agree to the following. I'll just run through a few things now. First, we're going to have to wear face masks. Face masks must be worn in the building at all times. Second, we'll have to sanitize our hands as we enter and leave the building. Next, church Bibles can't be used, so it'd be really helpful if you'd bring your own. Sadly, we won't be able to sing together, but we will watch or listen to a couple of music videos. Next, we will have to sit in the seats that the steward directs us to, so that we can maximise the number of people able to attend, and we won't be able to move around the building once we're seated. We will not be able to sit with anyone who is not from our household. And sadly, there will not be any creche or children's clubs or youth groups. Children are welcome to come, but the children's teaching is going to still be online, and any children who do come will need to be able to remain in their seat for the duration of the service. And then finally, sadly again, we're not able to have refreshments or close fellowship in the building or in the church grounds before or after the service. And that means we will all have to disperse reasonably quickly after the service. Now, I appreciate that some of that may be enough to put you off. It is a huge shame that we will have to do church in this way for a while. But it's still good to meet if we can. God's word commands us to. And so we will do so within the guidelines to honour him and to love one another. And we'll look forward to the day when the guidelines can be safely relaxed and when more of us, and eventually the whole church family, can safely and legally meet together as one. Please would you pray for everyone who is helping to make this happen logistically, administratively and technologically. It is not at all simple or straightforward, and there is lots to be done and to get right. So we would very much value your prayers. Thank you very much indeed. I'll look forward to seeing many of you soon down at St Andrews. Take care everyone, God bless, and love to you all.